Jeff, Arizona Hot Homestead. Today I want to talk about my mom's situation with ovarian cancer. It was only a couple months, her story, because it was diagnosed at such a late stage. 22,000 women will be diagnosed with ovarian cancer, 14,000 will die. The odds are not good. So I'm hoping that by me sharing my mom's story, that it will help other people out there to see how important it is and to spread the word about ovarian cancer and talk to your doctor and stuff. You know, learn about the symptoms and all that stuff so that maybe you can get diagnosed in an earlier stage and at least have a fighting chance. So appreciate you guys sharing my videos and watching my videos all the way through about ovarian cancer. So my mom's story goes like this. She passed out one day, 2004, and her blood sugar was low. Well, she had been putting on some weight, symptom of ovarian cancer, and when she was putting on some weight, then she became diabetic. So you can almost say diabetes is a symptom too. Even though I guess technically it's not, but I put it in that same category because if mom would not have put on the weight, she may not have been diabetic. Then literally like a couple, 3 weeks later, she passed out again. Well, they ran a test called, the second time they ran a test called a CA-125 blood test. It's called a tumor marker. And what they found was that it was off the charts. So they explored a little bit more, and in her stomach region here, that's where mainly the fat was. But it wasn't fat. What it was body fluids. The body fluids increased so much that that's where she got the weight gain. And that's why symptoms also of bloating and feeling like you're full is also symptoms, because you have all that body fluid down in there and it's all pressing on your organs and stuff. And when they went in there and they pulled out some of that fluid, when they came back on the test, it was full of cancer cells. So they got her into surgery right away. And the way it was explained to me, they took out about that much worth of cancer. And it was everywhere. It had attached itself to the kidneys, to the stomach, to the liver, to everywhere. And it had grown so much. It was such a late stage. She had one chemo treatment, and that was it. So right after the chemo treatment, she kind of had good days and bad days, but it just didn't get much better. She went back in for a checkup on the chemo and everything else, and they admitted her into the hospital, and she basically never came out. For that next week or so, she would have a good day, have a bad day, have a good day, and the day before she died, she had her best day ever. Almost storybook-like. Best day ever. And everyone showed up. Here we are in ICU, and everyone showed up. The folks at the hospital are fantastic, because in ICU they have all kinds of restrictions on visitors. They gave us unlimited restrictions. It was amazing. Her cancer doctor, I don't know who it was, but he did a great job of making sure that we had unlimited visitations. And instead of moving her to another room, they let her stay there, and knowing that basically it was going to be any day now. Distant relatives showed up, her best friends showed up, you know, friends of the family showed up. It was her best day because she was awake, she was alert, she was spirited, and she was able to carry on that conversation with everyone. Then the next day, you know, my mom's been gone now for what? 2004, this is 2016, so you're looking at what, 11, 12 years? And I still cry over it. And I'm a grown man. So, it was a Saturday. She worked at ASU, Arizona State University, in the student services area. So they were playing football that Saturday, because it was in November. And I forget who ASU was playing. I don't even know if it was a home game, road game, whatever. But there they were playing. And in this room was the immediate family. There was like, what, 16, 17 of us in there? And, of course, you've been, you know, I don't know if you guys have been in a ICU room before, but there's not a whole lot of room. There's not many chairs and stuff. And they were nice. They brought in some extra chairs for us, but so a lot of us would stand or lean against walls and things like that. But anyhow, I'm standing there, and they got my mom there, got the clock there, got the TV there, got the monitor there. And Mom's not responsive at all. It's her bad day, if you will. And we're all just waiting. My grandmother, her mother, talked with her beforehand, and she did not want to be in a room when it happened. Neither did I. So I'm watching everything. No, ASU won that night. And about a half hour after the game was over with, that's when it happened. So I'm watching the monitor and the clock, and I'm kind of trying to gauge things. I'm kind of trying to create a timing, if you will. So for every 5 minutes, if the blood pressure drops so many points, and trying to predict that kind of stuff, so I know when to leave the room. And it got down to where it was starting to speed up. I walked over to my grandmother. She was right by, she was in her wheelchair. Right by the door, and there was one of those sliding doors. So she was right by the door so we could get her out fast. I went over to her and I says, hey, let's step outside for a bit. She's like, alright. As soon as I got her outside, we're closing this door. Just as I close that door, it happens. I can hear my sister in there. And luckily our room was on a corner where we could just go right around the corner, and they had a window there. And got my grandmother right outside, and all she could say was, it's over. And afterwards, one of the things that she said, I'm sure a lot of you will agree, you should never have to bury your child. Even if she is 60. So cancer took away my mom at age 60. Do you know, my mom and dad, my mom was just about ready to retire. She's going to do some boondocking, folks. She was going to, Dad had just bought a Class A motorhome. They were going to live the RV life. They're going to go travel. They're going to go see, you know, the whole country, and you know, do it months at a time and all that, and never got a chance. Ovarian didn't give her a chance to fight. So I'm hoping that you will share this story with somebody. We'll share this video. We'll share my ovarian information with others so that maybe, just maybe, we can help other people out there get diagnosed at an earlier stage than a later stage, so at least they can have a fighting chance, so that we can improve those odds. Thank you for watching my video, and God bless you.